understand the kind of math questions that are asked for your NTSE. So very simple section is to understand the bifurcation of the kind of questions. So here we have the types of questions. We would be doing few of each of the kind of questions to help you understand how to proceed with these questions. So let's begin with the very first question, and that is on alphabet series. Usually when we talk to students, we recommend that you write A to Z in a circular form, and that would help you solve the questions because you would be skipping one or two, and then when it comes to Z you would have an understanding how A and B are skipped and the next one is attained. Now here we would be doing a little different kind of question. Now in this question, perpendicular, what happens is P and R are removed, the remaining words are left. In the next shift we have E and A, the extreme words that are removed, and then again the extreme words that are removed. So what is left is in between. So you have 4 that would be left as the right choice. The next question is based on number series. Now number series, this was a question similar to what we have done in the alphabet series. I remove the first letter here, then I remove the last letter, then I remove the first letter, and then I'll remove the last letter. So this would be the answer. But we won't focus on questions like those in the case of number series. Let's try some different questions. Now here we have two alternate series. One is the square series, which is 1 square, 2 square, 3 square and 4 square. The other is the series for cubes, that is 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube and 4 cube. So here the answer would be 4 cube and 64 becomes your right answer. Very simple, very direct question. Now a similar question is here but a little different. You have 2 square, 3 square, 5 square, 11 square, 13 square and so on. So what happens here, this is a prime number series and the square of prime number. So the next prime number here would be 7. So we would have 7 square. So 49 comes out as a right option. So that are the kind of number series questions that we have come on to. The next is statement conclusion. Now statement conclusion are very scoring. A lot of students I have seen are afraid of it, but don't get confused. Nothing to get confused. Very simple, very scoring. Now here two statements are given. Most of 64 number bus goes to my office. This is a 64 number bus. Now since most of the bus go, this bus might go, might not go. So this bus can go or this bus cannot go. I am not pretty sure about it. So this bus goes to my office is incorrect. This bus does not go to my office is also incorrect. I cannot actually say whether this bus would go or not until I have some concrete information. So neither conclusion 1 nor 2 follows in this case. Now each of these kind of questions that we are talking here are being discussed separately in detail in our analysis classes for each of the topics. So let's say Venn diagram, we have a separate video, number series, alphabet series. So just go through those so you'll have an idea onto the kind of varieties of questions that are asked based on MAT examination. This is again an interesting question. We have 3 names: India, Pakistan and Asia. We know that India and Pakistan are countries and Asia is a continent. So within the continent you would have the countries. So 2 would be the right option, where the bigger circle represents Asia and the 2 smaller circle represents Pakistan and India. Now the next kind of question is the coding decoding problem. We have 2 names, tile and deal. In both of these letters we have E that is given, and E represents 5. So in the word diet, E is given, so E would represent 5. With this just single information, I can say 1 is the right option because no other option has 5 on 3rd place. And with that only you can solve your mental ability paper very quickly and very fast. Coding decoding, again a very scoring section. Of course, most of the math section is scoring if you are doing it in a right direction and a right method. The next question talks about counting number of triangles, squares, rectangles. We have covered separate lecture on these. A quick way to solve this is finding the smallest size and then moving towards the bigger size. So that's the quickest trick. Now with this trick, we have, let's count the smaller triangles first in this question. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So I have 6 triangles which are small. Now let me count triangles where they have 2 of the items that are there. So I have 2 and 3 as one of the triangles and 4 and 5 as another triangle. So two triangles which are made up of two small triangles. Okay, so made up of 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and then finally I'll pick up another one where I have bigger triangles. So this is one big triangle that is there, and this is another big triangle which includes at least 4 triangles that are there. So 2 big triangles that are there. So total number of triangles here would be 10 triangles. Now again, an interesting way to solve this question. So start, don't do haphazard things, otherwise you would get yourself into trouble, nothing else. Now this is a question on mirror image and water image, frequently asked. I can simply ignore certain choices like these because this is a water image, and the question, I'll have to check whether it is exactly a water image or not, but it is not the horizontal side, it's a vertical flip. So therefore I just remove it. I'll just go by the horizontal ones, and that's the mirror image. So 7 won't look like this, so I remove these two choices. Okay, so this would be the probably the right choice. Even in case you want to tally each of those, you can start with 6. So 6, the closest one would be the 6, and the word which is nearest here would be seen nearest in the mirror. So if I put a mirror here, 6 would be seen first, then 4, and then you would have 2 that would be seen. Okay, so that would be the kind of pattern, and 7 would appear like this, inverse. It would not be appearing like this because it's not symmetrical in nature. So this becomes your right option. So that's a kind of question which is based on water and mirror image. And then completion of problem. Now this is very, very simple. I can assume any of the piece that is here, it would be same to that piece only. So it cannot have the emerged sides, it would have a depressed sides. So that would be the only right option that would be here, because this is a straight line, this is a curved line. So 3 becomes a right option in this case. So that's a kind of question based on figure completion. The next is which we have to find out which is an odd one out. Now definitely you might think this appears to be different, but how do we understand this? We understand this that in this case you have Vibgyor colors that are there. Now as per Vibgyor colors, I have indigo, I have violet, and I have green. So the only odd man out here is pink. So pink becomes a different color that is given here. So those are the kind of questions that are asked in MAT. We would be continuing with this series of MAT in the next class, where we would be discussing more kind of MAT questions that are usually asked. But all of these kind of questions we have covered separately in different lectures, and the tricks to solve these questions as well. So just go through those and have an in-depth understanding of the kind of questions that are asked, and practice. Ultimately, MAT can be scored quickly and promptly with practice. So the more you practice, the better it is.